Hey, this is Glendon, and welcome to Hustler University, the path to a six-figure business. This is different than anything I've ever done before. The stated goal for everyone that's taking this course is to get you to a six-figure business. I've decided to move in a new direction, and you're part of that new direction. I don't want you to go out there in the world and fight for scraps when there is tremendous abundance. There's so much abundance, and many of you have unique skills, talents, traits, whatever. And it's time to explore those and really build something better for your life. These courses are going to be daily, and they're going to be short. They're going to be very short compared to my average YouTube or Mental Monday video time, because I realize that you're busy. These courses will be designed to be action-based. Every day, there will be something that you need to do. And the goal is to get you to a certain point for your business. Because depending on where you are, you may not be able to do all of these things in the next 30 days. But if you're part of the Hustler Mindset Project, we're going to keep rolling with this. This is just the boot camp aspect to really get you moving in the right direction. And this will always be here. So with that, we're going to move right along into it. Foundation building. This is what I want you to do if you haven't done it already. I want you to grab a sheet of paper and just write down, I want to develop a six-figure business between March 26, 2013 and March 2014. With six figures being the net. Let's talk about net. Your business grosses $250,000, but you take home 80. Your net is 80. So the goal is, depending upon your margins, what you're selling in resale, it's a little bit different. You have greater flexibility with margins, but your goal is, if you do $300,000 in sales, you want to bring home $100,000. So this is the beginning. This is the beginning. There's two tasks here. Write down the goal, put it somewhere you can see it every day, because you're going to review this often. And then, what are you going to sell? Research price points. And I just put $300,000 there because that's a good place for a business. Because when I'm talking to business, you're going to do what you can inside your house for as long as you can. But the deal is to get out of your house as fast as you can and grow your business. As you know, I'm not an advocate of getting a retail space anymore. Get yourself a warehouse in your own website. We're going to talk about that, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get back. What is your product or products, and what are your services? What are you going to do? We have a group of people who are, very widespread. So you got to pick something. You just can't. As I put up in my video on YouTube the other day that pissed off so many people, you cannot remain at the jackass level and expect to have a very good life. And you can't be at mid-management for long, and just because this is what happens. If you're in mid-management, that's where you have a job and you have your business. You have no life. You're either at work or you're working on your business, and both or one are going to suffer. I'm not saying quit your job. What I'm saying is, come up with a plan. Pick products and services that you can scale and build. Because one of the things that I have come to understand since I've been doing this is there are many people who are bright, smart, talented, have the desire, but desire is not enough. You have to have knowledge, and you have to apply that knowledge and turn it into action. All the desire in the world is not going to get you where you want to without a massive level of action. So, once again, I'm not saying quit your job. What I'm saying is create a plan for the future where you can get away from your job if that's your goal. Because see, this is your world. This is your life. This is your business. There are people out there who have jobs strictly for benefit packages, and they make six figures or seven figures on the side, but they don't want to pay the high cost of health insurance. It's possible. So with that, research your price points. And once you figure out what you're going to sell, your services, That's when the math comes in. It's like, okay, I have this stated goal of 300,000 gross revenue, and I want of that $300,000 to be 100,000 plus 6 figures net revenue for me. So you got to figure out, okay, I have this product. It's $50 that I can sell it for. I'm just throwing something out there. And the margin on it is $15. Happens all the time, especially when you're buying stuff from other people. We're going to talk about making your own products later on. So you have a net of $15. So for every 100 you sell, that's 150. For every 1,000 you sell, that's 15,000. For every 10,000 you sell, that's $150,000 net profit. So to get to 300,000, you need to sell 20,000 of those products at $50 with a $15 margin, profit margin. So that's the math you have to do. Then it's like, okay, can I get 20,000 of these things? Can I, where am I going to sell them? I mean, you then once you start doing this exercise, things start to shape up, because you may want to sell this bracelet, but when you look at the numbers, you're like, that's impossible unless I sell 1 million bracelets. How am I going to sell 1 million of these bracelets without some type of platform? By asking yourself these questions, you get to a better business plan. My plan when I first started writing, because I wanted to write, the Great American Novel, a science fiction book, and I'm still going to write it. But I knew that was a real risky. So I took what I knew, put it in the package. I found this guy, I can't remember his name, and he said, if you sell 2,000 of these items at $25 margin, that's 50 grand a year, and that's livable income. And I actually did 62,000 my first year. It's all in the math. Do the math, have goals, and it becomes a lot more doable. I'm not going to say easy, because you still got to get the product and sell the product and have customer service and do all these things. But it's a clearer path than, I just want to make some money. I just want to hustle. If it's making money, I'm there. That is some bullshit attitude that's just going to keep you broke, unfocused. It's not going to get you where you want to go. It's just not. Now, we are going to establish a corporation doing the Hustler Mindset University Boot Camp. You're going to name your corp. And let's talk about names, because people get paralyzed by names. It's like, well, what? All right. You can name your corporation, whatever your name is. And then if you want to do another business, you can do such and such DBA. Do not become paralyzed by the corporation name. It could be Sunbelt Industry, whatever. Kind of keep it corporate, kind of keep it short. Do that. And to do this, you go to your state Secretary of State website and research the requirements. Now, this is going to take a little research on your part, and this is where having goals come into play. I am going to, and I'm also doing this because I put off doing an LLC because, at one point I was going to leave Georgia, and I was just like, I don't know. But now I know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do an LLC. And I haven't looked yet, but last time I did one, it was $100. You could do it on the website. Don't know if that is or isn't in your state, but if you plan on having partnerships, or say you're going to create this corporation and at some point you want to sell it, that automatically puts you into a traditional corporation. Well, not automatically, but it's just easier. Like, okay, give you a scenario. Say you have this business and it's a corporation, and you want to bring your kids in. You can make them, gift them, or give them parts of the corporation, shares of the stock. And they're owners of the corporation, and you're owners of the corporation. And when you pass on or quit, you can just push them all those shares. And you have to talk to the proper people, because you have to do it just right to make sure it's legal. Just do it. And the thing is, you can do it yourself if you take 10, 20 hours to read up on corporations. Just read up on LLCs. Just read on corps. Just read on S corps, because if you are looking at buying a building or something, you might want to do a traditional corp. It just depends on what you want to do in the future. Now, this is a good thing about corporations. You can have more than one. So say for Hustler Mindset University, you just do a corp, and later on you want to do something else because of new knowledge that you gained, you can set up a new corporation. and you already have the knowledge of how to set up one. There are some people out there that have 5, 6, 7, 8. I know a guy that's a real estate investor. Every one of his houses is in his own corporation. He's got like 30 of them. So there's no limit to the number of corporations you can have. Now let's talk about what happens when you start a corporation. You become on the state's radar. There's filing regulations. There's something you have to do every year. There's taxes. It's not like you can have this and not do anything with it, and it will cost you money. But this is the thing you're going to do. The first thing, is figure out what you want to sell. Get those goals down, and then start, researching what kind of corporation you're going to have, because the goal is before the end of these 30 days, which start today, March 26th, you will have a corporation in your name, which will, and I'm going to walk you through that this week. But in terms of keeping this short so you can get it and run your business, we're going to wrap this up because, bam, this is a weekly task. This is what we're working on. Filing incorporation papers if you can swing it. If you don't have the money, I'm not going to beat you over the head. But you're going to put it on your goal sheet and you're going to start allocating funds to do this. Then once you do your corporation, then you're going to open up a business checking account. You're going to start feeling a lot more professional when you do this. Some of you are going to feel real good about it because you're just like, yeah. And also, we're going to, this whole week, well, the first week, because today is Tuesday. First 6, 7 days, we're going to talk about corporations, angles. We're going to talk about Roth RAs. I'm just giving you the foundation, because this will give you more energy, because when you go out there and just hustle you just hustle aimlessly with no goals, you can make a lot of money, but you will find yourself not benefiting from having the proper plan in place, because by doing this corporation and setting up, you're going to open up yourself to an incredible amount of benefits for you and your family. The United States Constitution, tax code, it was designed for business owners. You don't have to have a Fortune 500, Fortune 50. You don't have to have that to take advantage of these laws. I mean, just to give you a quick example, if you're married and your wife has a job and then you're going out there and you're doing this hustling thing, you could probably you do it right, you could probably get all the money that she paid in federal taxes back as a refund. Now, how freaking awesome is that? Legally. No shenanigans, no lying, nothing. That's how powerful this stuff is. Right? This is Glendon. This is the first session. I will see you tomorrow. And I'll see you on the good side.